You are, and we are 97 Rock.
A Warriors call. It's full beat on the Columbia Basin's rock station, 97 Rock. Live in studio, Brad Williams. Live on the phone, a buddy of yours, Brad. He decided to call us. Mr. Carlos Mencia, what's happening, my man?
You have my young Padawan learner in there. That's awesome.
I am.
Yeah, that is, if anybody knows Star Wars, he's basically going to turn on me like Vader did and kill me someday. That's it. So stare at the demise of my future.
And then it'll say, "Here lies Carlos Mencia, taken down by midget."
Yeah, that's what it's going to say. Well, I'm going to kill myself because what's going to happen is he's going to stab me in the legs, but then I'm not going to want to live because I can't walk, and then I'll just finish off the job myself.
Hey, I can tell you right now, not having big legs, not that bad. Not that bad.
It's not that bad not having big legs, is it?
I can survive,
Yeah, but you know what? You have the mentality already. See, you already grew up like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like me. It's like if I ever got deported and they took away my citizenship, I don't think I'd jump the fence.
I'm good.
I don't have that kind of strength anymore. You know what I mean? I'd be over there like, oh, it's so hot, and look at that fence. It's so high, and the barbed wire, it cuts. And, all the other Mexicans will be like, what are you talking about? Let's go. There's jobs in Yakima waiting for us. Come on,
Absolutely. You know what? You know what? You're probably right, because if I suddenly became a Mexican, that'd be very frightening for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Think about it, bro. Think about it. And a Mexican of average height, which would make you about, what, an inch taller than you are already?
Right, exactly. I'd be a strong 4'7". Woo!
Well, think about, what that would entail, bro. I mean, if seriously, you're used to all the things that have happened to you. You guys don't know this, but when you hang out with Brad, you literally forget that he's a little person after a while.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's hard to believe because it's so shocking when you first meet him, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But you really do forget. And I remember one time we were at a McDonald's, and I was like, dude, go get some ketchup.
Oh, right, this story.
And I start, eating my food, and a few seconds later, I look up, and everybody is looking past me with their mouths wide open. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And then I see this, elation erupt, and then they all started clapping.
Yeah,
so I turn around, and what happened was Brad couldn't reach the counter.
Oh, no.
So he ran, took a starting, run, jumped on top of the counter, sideways, landed on top of it, pulled himself up, grabbed it, and then came down, and everybody gave him a standing ovation.
Yeah, and then
and instead of being on their side because I'm his friend, I was kind of like, he just got ketchup, for Christ's sake, really?
And we're comics, so I'm sitting there like, wait, all I had to do on stage is jump onto a stool and then I get a standing ovation?
Yeah, exactly.
All this painstakingly work of writing jokes? No, don't need to do that.
No.
Just walk and do simple day-to-day tasks, and the whole audience would be like, such an inspiration! Get him a book deal! Oh my God! Put him on Oprah!
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, except let's be honest. The only reason why it was cool and it didn't creep everybody out because you didn't shrug quick and you looked good doing it. Because there was one time, man, and you remember this one, bro, when we were on the road in Houston, and that one dwarf comic couldn't get on the stage, and he just jumped up and plopped on the stage and then dragged it up, and the whole
his name was
the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, because he was just crawling like one of those robots that got cut off at the hip. So it's he doesn't have any legs anymore, so he's just still trying to crawl towards the victim like the Terminator.
I can make it. I know I can.
Yeah, and the audience was not laughing. They were like, "Somebody get him a chair, something."
Help the little
guy.
It was,
and Brad, the one guy who could have helped him and it would have looked awesome, just stared at him like there was no midget love whatsoever.
Yeah, hey, come get on my shoulders. I'll help you up.
No.
Yeah, Brad was like the Mexican that already crossed the border looking back. Do it yourself, puto. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
That's exactly what I was doing. I can't help him get to my level. I'm already the able-bodied dwarf. that can please you, ladies. You know, I'm not going to help you look at this other guy and be like, well, maybe he's the second option. No, there's only one option.
That's right, and it's Brad Williams.
That's right.
Brad Williams tonight. Carlos Mencia, October 4th and 5th at Jokers. Get your tickets, jokersrichland.com. Carlos, we want to thank you, man, for calling us and spending some time with us today.
Nah, man, and listen, man, if you guys have time to only see one of our shows, go check out Brad's, man, because at least with me.
Waiting for the other.
No, because with me you can get a special of mine. I've had specials, and you can see my show reruns, get it on whatever iTunes or YouTube or whatever it is. But Brad hasn't been discovered yet, man. Brad is at that beautiful stage in comedy where you go see him perform, and you're not just blown away by the fact that he's funny. On top of that, you just don't expect that. You don't know what to expect because he's a dwarf, and you think he's only going to do dwarf jokes, and he's not. He's so much more, and it's one of those things where you go to work. When you go see Carlos Mencia, people are like, "How was Carlos?" It's like, "Oh, it was this, it was that," but there's no real shock. Whereas when you go see Brad, you're like, "Oh my God, I saw a midget that was funny. It was awesome." It's a whole different, and he let us laugh at him. Normally we laugh when you feel guilty. This time there was laughter and the absolution of guilt. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Carlos.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate the time again, man. We'll let you get back to spending your afternoon in Vegas, I hear, right?
I am in Vegas looking out right now at a bunch of people staring at a pirate ship that doesn't float.
All right.
There you go. October 4th and 5th. Go see Carlos Mencia at Joker's Comedy Club in Richland. We'll let you go. Thanks again, man.
Thanks, guys. Take care, man.
Very cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, my mentor. It's
I was going to say, your mentor.
It's funny because how we met was actually, I had never done comedy before.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about doing comedy, and then I went to go see Mencia perform. I'm sitting in the audience. He starts making midget jokes. Half the crowd is laughing, and the crowd that's sitting by me is like, like doing the little head motion, look over there. And Mencia goes, "What, is one of them here?" And I just raised my creepy little hand in the air. I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And he called me up on stage. He didn't even hesitate. He's just like, "You know what? I want to talk to this guy." So he called me up on stage, and we started talking. I made the audience laugh a couple times because I told him where I worked at the time. And this is true. My actual job was that I was working at Disneyland.
At Disneyland.
At Disneyland. And no, I wasn't one of the 7. Shut up.
You weren't one of the 7?
No, my actual job at Disneyland was I was a bodyguard for the characters.
Really?
Yeah, so I'd walk around with Mickey, Minnie, Donald. Every now and then a 5-year-old would step out of line and be like, "Hey, what's up, bitch?"
Yeah.
Like I was my job. Yeah, exactly. So I talked to him about that, and he said, "Wow, are you a comedian?" I said, "No." He told me I should be.
Yeah.
And when one of the best in the business tells you to do something, you know what I mean? Like if John Elway walks up to you and says, "You got an arm on you, kid," you're like, "All right, maybe I should play football."
Yeah. Thanks.
Ching. So I did. It ended up being his opener for 4 years.
That's
when,
awesome.
What was on the show now? I'm literally, like he said earlier, like his young Padawan. And he just hopes I don't go to the dark side.
When was the last time you two performed together?
On Sunday.
Really?
Well, because I actually got back early. I was in Indianapolis, but I got back early to Southern California, and he was doing a show in Southern California, and I stopped by and just I want to get the gang back together.
That's awesome.
But before that, it was 2 years.
Wow.
But
that's crazy.
because we're both doing our own thing now.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's great when those moments can happen, and I was very thankful that his audience remembered me, and I would go on stage. They're like, "Oh, now they're together again.
It's back." The rumors start spreading.
That's like if McCartney was up on stage, and you're like, "This is Paul McCartney. It's awesome." And then from the back, Ringo just starts drumming. You're like, "Oh, they're back! Oh, they're doing it!" Yeah, because we did some shows in Yakima together, and we sold out a theater up there, and then and now it's cool to be able to come back and see
do it on your own now.
Yeah,
cool.
He's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing. Basically, I'm what all the other members of NSYNC, besides Justin Timberlake, wish would have happened.
Yeah, exactly.
We all broke off and then had individual careers, but nope, just Justin.
Nope, just
Justin
Justin's
for
the
them.
only one successful on that one.
Yeah, thankfully I was able to parlay it into a successful career
Very
myself.
cool, man. Tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, Joker's Comedy Club in Richland, Wellesley Way. Bobby, I want to thank you for bringing this man in. I want to thank you for getting Carlos on.
Of course.
And we are excited. I'm going to be out there on Saturday to come see you, get some of that prime rib dinner. get your tickets in advance. Get them before they're gone. Go to jokersrichland.com. Brad Williams, again, thank you so much for taking time out, man, and stopping by the 97 Rock Studios.
Will do. Thanks, man.
97 Rock.